Let's see what we've got going on here. On the go.
So, just because we needed to add to our project, we didn't have enough sail repair. I have it all kind of cleaned up. I taped it together just with like packing tape on one side, so I have it exactly how I want. And then on the other, I'm putting the Dacron, the sail tape on. Don't have my machine with me, which is a bummer. It's quite, probably a good 2 feet and then another 2 foot section or so, which is a lot to do by hand. Right on the leech, we probably don't want to sew that by hand anyways. It'd be better to have a machine. Talked to local sail making company here. They said if I did all the prep work, just bring it in. I can't use the machine, but they'll just sew it up quick, so hopefully that should save us some money. I'm spending a couple hours getting this all ready and they'll just have to put it through the machine.
Basically, we can't afford anything right now. Probably more than what we had budgeted for, project-wise. Well, we are tied up out here to a mooring. It's not the best mooring. The guy across here dove on it for us. We free dove on it, and the links up definitely look a bit stretched out. Wouldn't want to be on it during a big blow without adding more chain. So we're borrowing this mooring from a guy who unfortunately lost his boat about 2 weeks ago. He had a catamaran out here that in heavy winds, I believe one of the hulls started taking on water and went under, and then it flipped over in the wind and they were not able to recover it. Thankfully no one was hurt and everyone was rescued just fine. But it's a shame, and Kai was nice enough to let us use this mooring ball for a few days till we got our windlass going. So big thanks to him, hey.
We've had a very productive day so far. Got the sail all taped up, brought that in, dropped it off at the sail loft, go back tomorrow and have a look at it with them and chat to get that all finished up. Went to the post office and picked up our oars so we can row like normal people. We're about to head back to the boat so we can install our oar stands, oar locks. And you can see down there we have some plywood. Got some marine ply we can make our paddle for the wind vane out of.
3/4 inch, we had to buy an entire 4x8 sheet. A
whole sheet, cut it up into 2 foot sections.
It's not cheap stuff.
And we also dropped our swim ladder and our stanchion that we finally got off at the muddle place. So lots of things in the works. Hopefully we can get going soon here.
Well, this was our temporary solution until the oar broke. This was what was the original, basically, solution. It's a tiny little twine. So you had no pivot points. The oars were just going backwards and forwards.
Yeah, it was not very effective.
No, it was very difficult. Well, we're on our way to the sail loft this morning. Hillary finished taping up the sail yesterday.
Yep, got all of it back together in the shape it should be. Now we just need some seams sewed up.
It's not. Obviously, we're back in the States now, and this isn't like Mexico. People aren't as willing to let you use their stuff and then kind of make do with what you've got, understandably, with liability and their expensive machinery. We were hoping to borrow their sewing machine since ours is back on the mainland right now, but they weren't up for that. But we were able to hopefully cut down the price a bit by getting it prepped, and Hillary got that all done. And we're going to find out. We know how much we're thinking. We're hoping $100 or so.
Yeah, hopefully $100, no more.
See what happens. It's a long walk up there, and it gets very hot here, so we're doing this relatively early on. It's about 9 AM right now, and we're already sweating.
Heavy. We like seam split and then kind of pulled off like the leech area. Okay. So I have it kind of all taped back together with like Dacron tape.
Alright, that's a good start.
Yeah.
At least we know where everything is.
I've been watching my childhood on old tapes from the past. I remember the young moon
we're done.
40 bucks. That's not bad, actually. We can't complain.
Not bad at all. No, they got it stitched up.
We're going to leave it there till tomorrow because we don't have transport right now. We're going to come back up here tomorrow and get
over
some
there
metal work
for
that we
some
had.
metal work.
There were no there were no monsters. Still I'm chasing balloons. We were living in castles as two space astronauts. It was us against dragons, and together we fought. We were hunting for treasures, flying ships to the moon. We were planning adventures like the guys in cartoons. There were no monsters. There were no moons.
Well, as we're getting ready to plan our passage out of Maui for hopefully later this week over to Oahu, and then also starting to look at weather windows to get from Oahu back to California, we notice there's a big low pressure system up northwest of us, and it's just pushing down kind of over Kauai, and you can definitely see some big thundery clouds out there, some big anvil clouds. Pretty nice sunset. I'm glad we're not sailing in it.
Well, we had really big thunderstorms. We had a little bit of rain last night, and then this morning when it looked like it had all cleared, we went behind us over towards Honolulu, and we got some rainbows. And then we had huge thunderstorms come by with a lot of lightning, a lot of thunder. Some good wind right now, which is interesting. And everything down below is wet. We have a lot of leaks. Pretty much every single port light and every single hatch has got quite a bit of leaking. And of course the little dinghy off the back here, which leaks at the best of times, we've found, with a little plug in the back, also had the rainwater.
I thought it was going to sink when I got in. It was so full. It was like up to the seats.
So that dinghy was pretty bloody full of water. Hillary's jumped in there to bail it out before it gets too bad. And I don't know if you can see the colour of the water here. There was a bunch of flash flood warnings coming off the mountains here through town, and you can just see all the dirt that's washed in. Although getting stuff shipped here hasn't been as easy as we thought it might be to Hawaii. We did have some overnight shipping for our autopilot that got delayed, and we also had problems with our jib snaps, where our fisheries supply in Seattle sent us kind of the wrong ones and not all of them, and didn't bother to tell us. Today's a really good day just to stay down below and watch a few shows. That's what we're doing. We would like to go in ashore, I think, at some point, but I don't think it's going to happen in this weather. A bit crazy out, rocking like crazy.
Exciting stuff, all sorts of things today. We have a stanchion that has a new base on it that was broken off. We have a swim ladder that has a new little tab on it so we can attach it to the boat. And this fancy guy got an autopilot. It's like Christmas that we paid for, so not Christmas.
That's what we're waiting on, so we can head back to the mainland at least. But we're going to head to Oahu first,
Yep.
and that's where we'll install all that. Oh, and our wind generator.
We don't know if that works.
We don't think it works. Well, we do think it works now, maybe. I'm starting to have a hunch that I think our voltmeter, ammeter thingy-dooby-dooby does not work. It works to check the voltage, but I think the current check on that is not working. So we're not showing any current on anything. So we'll check that. Maybe
We don't know how our batteries are doing, basically.
I'm not too happy with the batteries, but we figured those would need replacing anyway, but they might need replacing sooner.
Rather than later.
Very sooner.
What's going on?
We're replacing soft shackles. So what was on here are these soft shackles, and we're going to replace them with the little traditional snap shackles. So this is the soft shackle that came off. It's like a little kind of not a dynamo loop. It's a soft shackle. While great in theory, we really do not like it. It is extremely difficult to remove. So when it's under tension, even just the tension of pulling on it while it's on the flaked on the deck, it makes it really difficult to get these little things out of here, right? So it tensions itself over this knot here, and you got to really work at it to get this knot through and get it off, as opposed to the shackles, which are obviously probably a lot more expensive, but it's just you just pull it here and to release it.
It'll make it much easier for us to do sail changes.
Yeah, we think we'll like this better. The soft shackles sounds great in theory, but we just don't like it for being able to get a sail off. So all we're doing here is Hillary's slipping the snap shackle through the loop, and then this, you can see, just bends down. So we're tapping that with the hammer here. About 3 good taps and that'll bend it down and it closes the loop in, so it stays fixed to the sail, and that way we can just pull it to hank it on to the actual headstay.
There were no monsters. There were no moons.
That's all for this time. Be sure and join us next week as we sail from Maui to Oahu. Thank you so much for watching, and a huge thanks to our patrons who support the making of these videos. If you'd like to learn more about us, be sure and check out the links in the description. And if you enjoyed the video, be sure and give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, and share it with your friends. Until next time, aloha!
Still, I'm chasing balloons.
Smells like poo. Do you smell it? Like manure, probably. Washing out of the mountains or something, I don't know.
What is that crazy device you're attaching?
This thing called an oar standy locky lock thing.
I thought that's what string was for.
It's ridiculous. Very sooner?
Very soon.
Very sooner. Hot and sweaty with bugs in my eyes. Oh, look at all that. That looks sweaty. I think we should drink cold
Cold things.
beers.